C is for cookies, and cookies are for...
Everyone!
Everyone! Very good. Slavery.
Yeah.
Not that bad.
Whoa!
Really not that bad.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Sunday at my house is cleaning day, and every Sunday my wife, in a loving way, kicks me and the dog out of the house for like a good hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes 2.5 hours. So this time I figured, you know what? I'm just gonna bring my camera with me, and I have my phone. I can access clips. I might as well put together a video, right? So, a little something different today. You guys are coming on a dog walk. Can I get him on camera? Can you guys see him? Where the hell is he? There. Yeah, there he is. He's ridiculously cute, super handsome dog. Let's get into it, guys.
I haven't posted in a while. I'm posting now because I'm annoyed. I'm really goddamn annoyed. I went through the first few rounds of bringing marriage equality to the people. I've personally fought really hard. And now we gotta fight again? Fuck that. The evangelicals are trying to put some kind of weird theocracy here. We stopped them before and we're gonna stop you now. You people are fucking crazy. You wanna go after this harms children, this harms people. Well, I got news for you. If it weren't for you dickheads, we wouldn't have mental health therapy in this country. You're the reason we need mental health therapy, because of the damage that you caused. If you think you're gonna go and cause more damage, well, game on, motherfuckers.
He's not on the list, but if he is, the list isn't real. But if it is, it's not illegal. Wait, that's illegal. My God, what have I done?
Your inability to be vulnerable is killing you from the inside out. Will you be on your deathbed so glad you pretended to be cool all the time and never tried anything new, doing everything in irony? Wasting your entire life not learning your full potential, so scared that you didn't have any?
It's not Walmart unless you see somebody wearing a medium. They shouldn't be in a medium. The amount of groceries that I have to get is literally insane. I have nothing. Interest you in a off-brand Pop-Tart? A Tart Pop? Well, a decision was made here. Huh. Okay. Sitting here in the clearance section, they must have Audacity on sale today because someone just cut me off with their buggy. Huh. Just past a group of old ladies conversating next to the Depends. What a wholesome moment. The size that you wear, Charlene. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Some of y'all do not need to be doing online grocery pickup because some of these people shopping for y'all's orders have something that you will never get rid of.
Good morning, everybody. Ginger GM here with your daily reminder to be kind to yourself, drink water, and that it starts with you. I hope you have a day with all the best parts.
So what's my take on the meeting between Putin and Donald Trump? First of all, I want to know what The Hague is going to say about a war criminal coming to the United States. And then Putin's going to fire Donald Trump.
Almost got into a fight at the gas station. Guy walks in wearing an alligator Alcatraz shirt. Brave. He's real brave about it. Very proud of it. He must have been about 60, 65, overweight white guy. You know the type. And a young Hispanic girl was working the register. She's always been there, since, for months now. And she looked uncomfortable. And he was being rude to her. And so but not overtly rude, just passively rude, Just sitting there wearing his racism like a fucking badge, right? Like it's a uniform. It's sick, right? And so I waited till he was walking out and I looked at him up and down like that. And I was like, your shirt is hideous and you should be ashamed of yourself. He starts yelling at me, get the fuck out of here! So I flipped him off. And then whenever I was done, I walked out. He was so mad. He got red-faced and everything. Look, if you at your grown age, if you're brave enough to be wearing a symbol of a concentration camp and racism on your clothing, you should be brave enough to take it whenever people call you out on that shit. Because that's nothing more than bragging about being a fucking racist. And I'd do it again. I will do it again. What are you gonna do? Chase me down and have a heart attack halfway down the block? Because I know you ain't done no cardio in at least a decade. At least. Gonna go get your pistol and commit a mass shooting because someone called you out on your racism? Do it. Do it. I'm a millennial. I'm waiting for a fucking excuse. I've had a death wish since 2001. Bring it. Bring it. Fucking racist old farts. They can sit there and wear their white pride on their clothing. And their racism just out loud. But the second you say something, they get big mad. Big mad. Big mad. And you know he was sitting there checking me out before I said something to him. You know he was. Because gross old men like that are gross. And it's what they do.
So you guys ever notice when it's liberal story time that it's always the same things that are wrong with the video? First of all, it's always from within their car. And you always see them looking off to the side too, like as if anybody's listening to them. Like, because, you know, nobody actually would believe their bullshit story. That's a massive indicator that they're lying. So say, for instance, this, if she was brave enough to actually approach this guy in the store and say, sir, your shirt is disgusting, it's racist, you're promoting a concentration camp. And of course, it's never, you never notice whenever they're speaking to a MAGA person, as they call them, it's never that the guy tries to reason with them. It's always the guy's vulgar right away. F you, get out of my face. That's another huge indicator right there. But if you're that brave to approach him, you're gonna try and tell me, as a liberal, who are all extremely super nosy, they like to get right in people's faces, you're gonna try and tell me that if you actually seen somebody in a store wearing what you consider to be a racist shirt promoting a concentration camp and all, that you're not gonna whip out your phone and start recording them? You're going to, you know, your whole story happens and then you're gonna get in your car and then tell everybody about it? Massive indicator that she's completely bullshitting. And it's always the same thing. It's always from the comfort of their car. And why do they always do it from the comfort of their car? Well, that's simple, because a lie is easier to perform in solidarity. But the bottom line is this: a liberal is only brave when they're absolutely certain that no hands will be put on them. If they feel that somebody's gonna touch them, they back off. They won't get brave. So if she was brave enough to get in his face, she would have been brave enough to get this all on video so she can post that on TikTok and try and embarrass a MAGA person. So what's the lesson here? Anytime a liberal is in their car for liberal story time, the story's BS.
Was Donald Trump's father murdered by a windmill? Like, something happened there. I'm not sure what. Like, a windmill did him wrong sometime in the past. Something definitely happened. We just need to figure out what the windmills did to President Trump. Because he's got a vendetta against windmills. Like, I don't understand why. He's never explained it. He goes on about landscapes and shit, but still doesn't explain his obsession with windmills. A journalist needs to look into this. Something happened. There's a story there. And a good one.
Good morning, everybody. Ginger GM here with your daily reminder to be kind to yourself, drink water, and that it all starts with how we talk to ourselves. I hope you have a day with all the best parts.
And FYI, black fatigue is referring to black people being tired of white people. You motherfuckers are so mediocre. You can't even come up with your own words and thoughts for anything. But you built the pyramids. You started everything. Get the fuck out of here.
For the first time in literally almost a month, let's go to the Walmart. I just passed a car in the parking lot that said just married, and the married was scribbled out. Well, that lasted a long time, didn't it? True Walmart fashion, I've already seen 3 people that I knew. Welcome back. I've been gone for 18 damn days and they've already rearranged this place. Are you kidding me? Can we not keep the pickles where they've been for a damn year?
Fascist U.S. government is waging a psychosocial war, one that seeks to blame
This is an
harm
impromptu protest in downtown D.C. at Washington Square, Franklin Park. Don't listen to the propaganda that D.C.'s not doing anything. Don't listen to the propaganda that D.C.'s sitting by silently. There's a bunch of cops over here. cops everywhere simply because some people are out here protesting.
At the same time, Trump
DC will not go silently.
I just came to the realization that the people who built the pyramids, they had to be black. Hear me out. Like, if you were any other race other than black, you'd have been fried. You'd have been like an alligator skin. You wouldn't have made it out there in the heat. Only black skin is made for the sun.
Y'all better stop letting them palm-colored people tell us that them aliens is black Americans and that they coming in 2 weeks type shit. That's just a distraction from the real truth. The real truth is them palm-colored folks, they the aliens. And hear me out before you think I'm crazy. I know y'all heard them do studies of how them palm-colored folks is dropping like flies suddenly. See, now what that sound like to me is that they departing, they getting ready to go back to their mothership and go back to wherever the F they came from. See, they playing in our face talking about we aliens, our ancestors, the aliens. Like, no, we not no damn aliens. We indigenous to this land. If anything, our ancestors coming up out of the seas, the lakes that they created when they was flooding in Black Wall cities. So no, them aliens is not black Americans. It's most likely them white folks. Now think about it. Who invaded us? Who enslaved us? Who came somewhere and took over somewhere that they weren't supposed to be in the first place? Who is labeling everybody an immigrant except them, the true immigrants? That sounds like extraterrestrial invasion to me. I don't know. Connect the dots. Tell me what you think.
All right, so she made a simple request. Hear her out before you call her crazy. Well, I heard you out the entire clip, and I'm still going to call you crazy. There's something that's been going around lately, guys, when it has to do with the mothership is coming. I didn't have any idea that it was attached to black people. But lately, they're claiming that this is the claim, that white people claim that the mothership's coming back to take black people away. And I don't know where the heck this is coming from. But yeah, it's crazy. Am I saying there's no alien life? Well, that's a whole other topic. I do believe that there's alien life with all the planets that are out there. Each star that you're looking at is a sun with planets around it. It's hard to believe that there isn't even identical planets just like Earth. Not meaning a replica, but identical planets that's in the Goldilocks zone that could give the same exact type of life that Earth has. But that's a conversation for a whole other day. What I want to get onto here, because one thing I have noticed what's been going on lately with the black community is they're talking about their advancements and how we've been ripping off all their inventions and the country is built on them. Now I even see them referring to the West as their native land. Now I'm not going to sit here and claim that they've never invented anything, that they haven't contributed to society. I'm not going to sit here and claim, oh yeah, white people invented everything, because that's simply untrue as well. But I have seen several videos lately. I actually put one aside a few days ago. This young black lady lists out about 25, 30 different inventions, claiming that this is all made by black inventors and all stolen by white people. So I checked into quite a few of them, debunked quite a few. Most of them were actually, in fact, created by white inventors, but a lot of them did also have black contributions. It's teamwork. Again, I don't see many white people sitting here trying to say we created everything. That's not the case. It's simply untrue. I've seen claims that the black community created the cell phone, that the black community created the first engine, that the black community got us on the moon. And the list goes on and on and on, talking about how advanced they are, that they are the superior human being on this planet, that they are the chosen people in the Bible, that Jesus was black. It really does not end. And then to top it off, they always like to sprinkle in their racism. They want to talk about how racist everybody is and white supremacy this, white supremacy that. With no shame whatsoever, they will call us rice maggots. They'll call us palm-colored people. The list can go on and on there as well. But as far as a black person is concerned, they can't be racist. They're incapable of racism because of all the racism that they've went through, because of slavery and whatnot. Yet I'm Irish. And if I'm correct, there was Irish slaves, right? But I don't have this generational anger within me and think that the world owes me something because of a previous generation of people, what they went through. But for those of you that are familiar with my videos, you guys know that I don't really hold back. I'm direct and down the middle. I'm a very blunt person. I have no problem speaking about racism from being a white person. I have no problem at all talking about it because it's part of the story of truth. And when somebody wants to post up their own video that does not contain truth, well, then I feel needs to debunk it or at least bring up a few things. For instance, that the black community is responsible for so many of these brilliant inventions. Not saying that you guys were not involved in them whatsoever. I'm not saying that at all, but you guys are trying to make claim that you're responsible for pretty much everything that you guys have built the country. So let me ask you this. Why does Africa look the way it does? From the way you guys are making it sound, honestly speaking, Africa should look like Wakanda, shouldn't it? If you guys are so incredibly advanced and you guys have made so many inventions, Africa should be the high-tech continent of the world. And why do I claim this? Why do I claim that Africa should resemble Wakanda? Africa should be super high-tech if what you guys are saying is true. But why Africa? Well, reason being is this is what you guys say. You guys state that all life, the first human beings on Earth, were in Africa. I've heard this claim made several times, that black people were the first people. So life began in Africa, and if that's true, Africa should be by far the most civilized nation on the planet. Yet, it's so far behind. So that kind of doesn't make sense. It kind of goes along with like the theory of evolution with the missing link. Where is that in between? How come we still have monkeys and we have humans? What's in between? So essentially, in my opinion, the missing link debunks the theory of evolution. You wouldn't have monkeys and humans with nothing in between. So that proves, at least in my eyes, I mean, it's common sense, that we did not come from monkeys. So if you want to look at it the same way, if life began in Africa, yet today in 2025, the black civilization is supposed to be the most high-tech inventors out there, the most civilized and intelligent people, then Africa should resemble Wakanda. Now, I know in this video here, in her clip, she wasn't making claims about all this technology and creations and stuff that the white man stole, but it's a little bit conflicting because if this whole alien mothership thing was true, and if black people were, the top talents when it comes to inventions on the planet, then wouldn't it make sense that they would want to make the claim that yeah, the mothership is for them? They're the more advanced civilization that figured out space travel at this point. But she's saying, no, I think it's the white people that the mothership is coming to get. So she's taking away whatever credit that other black creators are trying to claim when it comes to these inventions. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, she did ask, hear me out before you call me crazy, and that's what I did. I heard you out. And you're batshit crazy.
So international tourism is way down across the U.S. One example of this is Las Vegas. International travelers, I think I read it was down 13% in June alone. So I'm sure, though, that the Trump administration has some strategies in place, some things to do to encourage more tourism. Yeah. I'm sure that'll help.
I just want the ring, it's just a small, I don't even want it, but I want it so bad. I would do such great things with it. We would make Middle Earth great again. We're calling it Mega. And so, if I had that ring, but I wouldn't let the powers get to me. I would definitely not abuse my powers and hurt people like the tiny little hobbits, they're so easy to hurt. Yeah, I could hurt them, some people are saying maybe I should, but I won't. I won't hurt the hobbits, they're so great. They do a lot of great things. They're small, but they're mighty, just like my hands. And so I would do tremendous things if I had the ring, such great things.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that 93% of sex offenders are men that identify as religious, and they want you to worry about drag queens.
School started back today where I live, and you would think that people would get school supplies, maybe before school started. No, There's about 948 people buying a college rolled notebook right now. I'm passing kids. I'm sorry. Your kids are already truant, and it's the first day of class. Why the hell are they not in math class, or why are they at the Walmart? This is my shopping time. I just talked to an old lady for 5 minutes about Wendy's. Wendy's baked potato and spicy nuggets. Talk about a small town. Just park it and charge it wherever you want to. Right next to an iPad, okay. Just past the woman in her shirt said Happy Friday. Ma'am, it's Thursday. Have we ever heard of laundry?
Good morning, everybody. Ginger GM here with your daily reminder to be kind to yourself, drink water, and that it all starts with how we talk to ourselves. I hope you have a day with all the best parts.
It's interesting how you're calling every single Muslim a terrorist for the attack on 9/11, but when black people blame every single white person for slavery and segregation, you get offended. Who said that?
Hey y'all, this is going to be an unpopular opinion, and this is going to be triggering for some of y'all. But I think that your political affiliation are your values. They show how well you get along with people that are different from you. They show your empathy. They show your kindness. They show you what your values. It's your values. Is how you vote. Is your values. Some of y'all need to look into what Christian values mean, because I don't think you're doing it right.
Okay, honestly speaking, she does not have much context in this video, but I could not resist the chandelier hanging out of her nose. But she does bring up a small topic that I think should be touched on, because it's something that's become very apparent and very obvious in society nowadays, where she's talking about your values decide what party pretty much that you're going to vote for. I will kind of agree with her, but I'll also disagree with her, because it doesn't just come down to politics. I know certain people that are not political whatsoever, and I will still label them as a total libtard, just because of their worldview. They look at it as values. I call it a worldview. There's pretty much two ways that people see the world. They see the world with either common sense or they see the world through the lens of woke. But liberals look at woke like the true meaning of the word, that they're wide awake, that their eyes are wide open, when it's actually quite the opposite. They've just opened up and put all their defenses down. That's all woke has done for them. They think that they're being diverse, they think that they're being accepting, but in reality, what are they doing? They're fighting to put a big welcome mat right at your border walls, and they're doing the same thing with their own personal border. They leave themselves wide open and susceptible to being hurt. But the difference is here, if they're hurt by somebody who doesn't have my skin color, they're willing to accept that pain because they feel, well, you know what, that person has lived a hard life, they've been oppressed, and I deserve what they're doing to me. But if they have any form of offense, if somebody with my skin color looks at them the wrong way, all of a sudden I'm a scary, cis, white nationalist cult member. They can sit there and try and boast about their values, how they have empathy and all that other bullshit. But the truth is, if they truly were like this, if they truly were good, empathetic people and not just virtue signaling, they wouldn't treat MAGA the way that they do. And why do they treat MAGA the way that they do? Because they have a searing hatred inside of them towards MAGA. And anybody that has true, real hatred within them, that's not values. That doesn't make you a good person. You can't be a good person and have hatred for something. Now, when it comes to liberals, do I prefer them? No. Would I prefer them really not be around in my daily life? Yeah. Do I have any form of hatred towards them whatsoever? Absolutely not. Even though I think majority of them, a good chunk of them, are vile people that are completely delusional, that are trying to literally destroy society in several different countries. Even with all the atrocities and bullshit policies that they want to push for, I don't think at the end of the day that it's their fault. They truly do not know the consequence. It's like a child, right? A child does something and does not think of consequence. The same thing with the adult liberal. They do not think of the consequence, and there is no consequences. It doesn't matter if somebody else goes through the consequences. It only matters when the consequence actually happens to them. Then they open their eyes. They have great hindsight vision. Hindsight is 20/20, right? Liberals seem to have great hindsight vision. Only when something truly affects them on a personal basis, then are they willing to actually jump on the right side of things. And that showed in the previous election. You had certain people leave that side of the playing field to come and actually vote on the right side of history. Some people just truly do not learn until they actually go through the experience themselves. It's like, even growing up with my mother used to try and tell me things, and I thought, you know what, Mom, I know these streets better than you do. You're older than me. In my mind, when I was younger, I literally used to envision her as a child, and the envisions that I had were even in black and white. It was to that point, I really thought my mother had no common sense when it came to the streets. I thought she knew old school common sense, but so many things that she tried to tell me about when I was younger ended up coming true, and a lot of them I had to learn from experience myself. And this, unfortunately, is the case with most people that are progressive and far left. They don't learn until it's too late. So you guys can sit there and talk about how you have values and you have empathy, but we all know it's not true. I think a lot of people, even on your side of the playing field now, know it's not true. It's nothing more than virtue signaling. You guys are doing it for attention. You're doing it to appear as a good person. Does that mean I think you can never actually have true, real values? No, that's not what it means at all. I think you wouldn't actually get true, real values until you have an experience, a life experience that affects you by something that you brought on yourself that you would learn from. And then, and only then, would you actually understand real, true values. What a good poocher. Guys, he literally just sat here and chilled out the whole time while I was recording these videos. And as you can hear, there's planes overhead. I had to stop several times because I do live near an airport. I'm out by the water right now. I had to stop several times because I shit you guys not. During recording over those 3 sessions, there must have been at least 25 planes that passed by, and he just chilled here the whole time. Hey, Milo? You're such a good boy. Oh, I'm zoomed in too much on you. I know some of you guys are dog lovers. Some of you guys may not be, but look at him. Look at that face. Yes, it's such a good boy. Some of you might think I'm crazy, but I talk to my dog a lot. There's a lot of people out here that don't talk to their dogs. I talk to my dog all the time. Hey, bud? Yes, I do. All right, guys, that is it for this one. If you guys are new to the channel, you're not subscribed as of yet, please consider doing so. If you are new to the channel, I usually do this indoors, not outdoors, but I might make this a Sunday thing if you guys are digging it. But either way, like the video, share the video, interact with it one way or another to help me out with that algorithm. And until next video, have a good one, guys.
Let's see how many black inventions I can fit in a minute and 30 seconds. Black people invented the heating furnace, the refrigerator, bottle caps, about 14 different vital car parts that is required to make the modern car drive, pressure cookers, portable pencil sharpeners, the insect destroyer gun, blimps, thermal hair curlers, gas burners on the stove, lanterns, the stair climbing wheelchair, the horseshoe, programmable remote controllers, chess, the alphabet, the calendar, the modern day toilet, disposable syringes, the laser surgery device, the printing press, the envelope seal, window cleaner, Jack Daniels, the photo embossing machine, the relay instrument, the gas mask, blood banks, the almanac, the clothes dryer, both the line and also the machine, civilization, the methods used during laser eye surgery to help with cataract removal, the tests and treatments of syphilis, the straightening comb, stethoscopes, and lastly, 2-hour Black History programs after school, starting with high schools, taught by HBCU students from the local HBCUs in Atlanta. If you want to know more, tap the link tree in my bio. It's my nonprofit called the Black Party Foundation. We're dedicated to keeping Black history in our schools because we will not become a monolith. And if you want to help me support me, go ahead and donate. Watch this video all the way through. Share this video all the way through. But yeah, if you want to know more, just tap the link tree in my bio. But did you know this?